earlier in the week, with the holidays that are upon us, we got that call from the family member. Hey, are you coming to the family dinner? Although they already know our stand, they know what our answer is going to be, they sound surprised when we tell them, no, as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, I don't celebrate the holidays, I don't participate in these type of gatherings. Well, I just don't understand. It's just family getting together, and they put pressure on you to try to change your stand. We're affected by that. Or maybe it's the coworker who wants to know if we're coming to the end of the year party for the office. See, and they, again, as we try to explain our stand, they try to put pressure on us to change. But any of these situations, as well as others, whether it be by natural disasters, perhaps a financial situation, these are situations that we can consider to be evil. Why are they evil? Well, evil is defined as anything that results in pain, sorrow, or distress. So these situations that we described, as well as many others that may befall us, again, whether it's natural disaster, some type of accident, or maybe we feel that we've been a victim of injustice or hurtful talk, or maybe even something as simple as the thoughtless action of someone. Because it's a situation that results in distress, it can cause us suffering. So at times like this, sometimes we're at a loss of how can we handle such situations? How can we come through it? Well, the Bible helps us to see that by using a certain quality that each of us are capable of exercising, we can overcome or at least lessen the effects of these type of situations. If you turn to the book of Romans in chapter 12, and notice verse 21, and we'll see the quality that we're being asked to exercise here. It tells us, so Romans 12:21 says, do not let yourself be conquered by the evil or those distressful situations or sorrowful situations, but keep conquering the evil with the good. So that's the quality that we're going to discuss today. How we can use that quality of goodness that each of us, again, are capable of exercising to overcome these situations. But before we do that, and look at some specific situations in which we can use that quality, let's discuss how evil came about in the first place. So we know that after creating the first human pair, Jehovah looked down upon his creation. And what did he see? Well, if you turn to Genesis. And in Genesis chapter 1, verse 31, it says that after God saw everything he had made, and look, it was very good. So notice there, Jehovah at his creation, he noticed that it was very good. It was good in the sense that it was everything that he had designed. Everything was designed to bring eternal goodness or happiness to mankind. Jehovah had given them healthy bodies, good nutritious food, as well as useful work to keep them occupied. And he also gave them a grand prospect. The prospect of everlasting life without ever having to experience evil. But along with these things, Jehovah gave them something else. If we turn over to chapter 2, notice in verses 16 and 17, that Jehovah God also gave this command to the man, from every tree of the garden you may eat to satisfaction, but as for the tree of the knowledge of good and bad, you must not eat from it. For in the day you eat from it, you will certainly die. This tree was given with the purpose of, it was to serve as a reminder to Adam and Eve that Jehovah held the right to determine all standards of conduct. That they were obedient and upheld his standards, they, as well as their offspring, would never have to die. They would never have to experience the effects of evil. Unfortunately, as we know, that didn't happen. They disobeyed Jehovah, and thus they became the first humans to be conquered, as it were, by evil. They were the first to begin to experience the effects of it. And what was the result of that? Well, as Romans 5:12 tells us, that sin and death became the legacy of Adam and Eve's descendants. So while we know the account there, how the devil deceived Eve and caused her to sin as well, and Adam followed along. While the devil caused that situation, we have to say that he is not directly responsible for every incidence of evil that befalls mankind today. If you turn to the book of Ecclesiastes, notice in chapter 9, verse 11. If you notice the latter portion of verse 11, it tells us, because time and unexpected events overtake them all. See, some situations are simply a matter of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And other instances can be because of our own imperfections or our own poor judgment. If we are driving in our car on the streets say in a residential area, we see a stop sign coming up before us, we know that we are supposed to stop. But if we, for whatever reason, just continue on through that stop sign and we're involved in an accident, we're hurt as a result of that. Is that an evil situation? Is it a painful situation? Well, certainly. We would have some pain. Is that something that's caused by the devil? That's our own poor judgment. So we can't say that Satan causes everything that happens to us bad, but sometimes it is a matter of being in the wrong place at the wrong time or our own poor judgment. But despite having said that, we do have to acknowledge that Satan's influence is definitely upon mankind today. In fact, the Bible helps us to appreciate that during this time period, that it would be especially so. Turn to 2 Timothy chapter 3. And in 2 Timothy chapter 3, we'll start off with verse 1, because it talks about the time period in which we live in and what we could expect, or not even expect what we see today. But it says there, but know this, that in the last days, critical times hard to deal with will be here, for men will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, haughty, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, disloyal, having no natural affection, not open to any agreement, slanderers, without self-control, fierce, without love of goodness. So this lack of goodness, or the earlier in the week, with the holidays that are upon us, we got that call from the family member. Hey, are you coming to the family dinner? Although they already know our stand, they know what our answer is going to be, they sound surprised when we tell them, no, as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, I don't celebrate the holidays, I don't participate in these type of gatherings. Well, I just don't understand. It's just family getting together, and they put pressure on you